Okay, so coming to a nice tall seat in your chair, you can scoot forward a little bit and actually let's kind of sway a little bit side to side. So one sit bone will lift as the other presses down. Just kind of notice what that action feels like. And start to make that movement a little bit smaller. So much so that it starts to become imperceptible where the weight is a little heavier side to side. And then eventually you're finding both sit bones pressing evenly, rooting down into your chair. You can take your hands on your thighs. And then let's allow our eyelids to close here. Nice, smooth, deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. One more time like that. Smooth, deep, full inhale. Let the breath go. Let any stress go. Notice if you're holding any tension in your shoulders, see if you can soften them down. And then sitting here quietly for a moment, just breathing, and setting the tone for the next 45 minutes ahead. Beginning to find that inhale through your nose, and that exhale through your nose. Your attention goes to that sound of your breath. That's not to say that there aren't other sounds happening around you in the room you're in, outside the room you're in. Certainly there's probably thoughts coming in and out. That's all going to be there, but see if you can find this idea of letting it all fade into the background. So it's more like white noise. And of course, it is cold season here, so if you're feeling really stuffy, you can always breathe through your mouth if you need to. Most importantly, you're just soak up this stillness. Enjoy how it feels to get quiet for a moment. It might be the first time you've done so today. A little mini check-in, a little mini slow down. Gently blink your eyes open. From here, let's roll the shoulders back a few times. Let's see what's going on there. I'm getting lots of big crunches. Then you can roll them forward. Good. Rolling back again. And then just allowing those shoulder blades to relieve down your back. Just refresh your posture a little bit here. Make sure that those shoulders are landing over your sit bones. You can peek down at your feet. We want knees over ankles. And then let's start to rock around in our pelvic girdles. So finding these Sufi rolls. I always think these feel so good. They're a really nice way to get into the lower back. You might even be feeling some stretch of the shoulder. You can try to let your neck release any amount. And switch directions. Beautiful work. So just start to rein this in a little bit, and then we're gonna move right into our cat-cow. So finding that center place your mountain pose as you inhale, rock forward on your sit bones, arch into your lumbar. As you exhale, move in the opposite direction, chin towards chest as you rock to the backs of your sit bones. Inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding in. Continuing like this. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels good. Sometimes that's really nice. It just helps us to draw inward a little more. Sometimes it helps us to pay a little better attention to our bodies, to how things are feeling. Sometimes with the eyes open, we can get a little distracted as we look around. Your eyes are open, and just keep your gaze soft and gentle. So these cat cows are such a beautiful way to warm up the spine. They're good to do every day. Series of extension and flexion. Simple movement. They usually feel really good. They pretty quickly help us to find a little space, a little ease. Beautiful. Let's do a couple more rounds here. And actually, let's hold each one just for a few breaths. So the next time you're inhaling and finding that arch, just stay here. So it's like you're doing a little cobra pose. This is our seated cobra pose. Elbows are squeezing in. You can think shoulder heads pressing back behind you. There's a gentle lift of your sternum. Might be this idea of outer hips squeezing in a little bit, even if that's not something you can feel in your body. Just imagine that like the corn cob holders pressing in. Maybe that informs the core a little bit. Yes. And then we move in the opposite direction as we exhale, round in, and we hold here. So notice where the stretch shifts. It gets into the upper spine, the thoracic, the cervical. For a lot of us, there can be a lot of tension there. Are the shoulders creeping up around your ears too? Mine certainly are. So see if you can soften them down even as you round in. You might even notice that this works the belly a little bit. It's a little abdominal strengthener. From here, as you inhale, come back to your nice tall seat, and we're going to stretch out the neck a little bit here. So as you exhale, drop that chin towards your chest again. So this time we're doing it without that rounding in the spine. It might not go as far without that rounding in the spine. Back of the neck usually feels pretty tight for most of us. So this might be a little movement starting out. We're just gonna hold it and breathe. You can visualize your exhale going to those muscles in the back of your neck and just elongating things, stretching them out, creating a little ease. Check in with your shoulders again. Are they trying to get in the mix? So let's inhale, lift our chin. Exhale, you're gonna drop that right ear towards your right shoulder. You're gonna feel a stretch on that left side of your neck, those scaling muscles. And, starting out, this can be really, really intense. So little movement is fine. As long as you're feeling some sensation, you're where you need to be. Try to keep the shoulders out of the equation. They're sneaky. Maybe you tuck your chin a little bit here. That's just going to shift where you're feeling the stretch. Listening to that sound of your breath, whether it's through your nose or through your mouth, if that feels better today. So let's stay in this configuration, but maybe just start to bring your gaze towards your right shoulder. So little tuck, kind of moving towards the right. You go as far as feels okay in your neck. And that might be like hardly any at all. Still counts. Good. So we're going to come back to where you were. Inhale. Lift the head so the chin is parallel to the floor. And then as you exhale, drop that left ear towards your shoulder. We take several rounds of breath here. So getting into the right side of the neck. How is it different than the left? It's always amazing how such a tiny movement can pack such a punch some days. Particularly if this is feeling a little tighter in your body. Just make sure that you're really breathing deeply, using the breath to help you find a little space. And just also using the breath to help you be in the discomfort of the pose. Right, so if this is feeling good, you stay here like this. If you want to tuck the chin, just see where the sensation shifts, where the stretch shifts. You're welcome to do that. As you know, you can always like try something out and then maybe decide that it's not working the best. Always modify as you need to. Perhaps stay here. Maybe you start to turn a little more towards that left shoulder. So just changing the sensation yet again. Head steady, even. Length of the inhale matching the length of the exhale. Right, so kind of bring your gaze back to that like 45-degree angle, and then inhale. Lift the head. And then let's just find a little flow with the neck here. So nice deep inhale in your mountain pose Tadasana. Exhale, chin drops towards chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, chin drops towards chest. So let's add on here, inhale and lift it. Exhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Take an inhale here. Exhale, maybe tuck your chin. Good, inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale, back to center. As you exhale, drop your ear to the left. Good, inhale. Exhale. Drop the chin, tuck the chin, take an inhale. And an exhale, welcome Amy. And then Inhale, back to center. All right, so let's just go back to the original simple movement a couple more times. As you exhale, chin drops towards chest. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, lift, let's do one more like that. Exhale, chin towards chest. Good, inhaling, lifting. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Beautiful work. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good, inhale, up to center. And then again, just take the shoulders. A little wiggle out. Go both directions. And then find your Tadasana, make any little adjustments. I always like doing little mini check-ins, making sure about where our bodies are physically in space. Beautiful. You can release your arms by your sides. Good. You're sitting nice and tall. So just a few of these, we're going to inhale, take the arms out and up. And then exhale, press the palms out like you're moving through molasses. Exhale, press down. So you're really engaging those muscles in the arms. And then you can spin your arms out. Inhale. So this is also a really beautiful way to warm up the shoulder girdle. That shoulder girdle is a big muscle. Palms press out. It's like you're going through like really thick syrup. Beautiful. A couple more of these. Inhaling, reaching up. So arms are super active. There can always be a little bend in the elbows. Exhale. Press down. Really lovely. Good. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Let's just take the arms out to shoulder height. Good. Then you can spin your palms to face forward. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other and then release towards your sit bones. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale. Twist to the right. Take an inhale, stretch out your giant wings. And then exhale, release those arms down. So finding a twist. This left hand can come to your left leg. If twisting is a little easier in your body, it could come to the outside of that right thigh. Either place, you're kind of pressing that hand and then leveraging that leg against that hand. Helps you to press your shoulder heads back. So even though we're twisting the spine here, we have this idea of cobra in our upper body. And you can just be gazing kind of in the direction that like your belly button is facing. Or if you want to, bring your gaze out over your right shoulder, you can also move in that direction. Smooth, steady breath here. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale. So as you exhale, keep your left hand where it is. Unwind your torso. Bring your right hand to your left shoulder. And then you can bring your left hand to your right shoulder. So giving ourselves a hug. And then start to lift the elbows. In fact, let's turn this to a little cat-cow action. So inhale, rock forward, maybe elbows lift a little higher. And then exhale, elbows release towards your belly button, chin towards chest, rocking the backs of your sit bones. Inhale. Good, exhale. If this doesn't work for your arms, you just return to a classic cat-cow. So again, we can always modify things. We can always skip things too if it's just not working for whatever reason. Let's inhale. Good. Holding here, shoulder blades squeeze in, elbows lift a little bit. Pretty intense shoulder stretch. On your next inhale, take those arms out wide. Beautiful. As we exhale, we twist to the left. Stretch out on your inhale. And then exhale. Release that right hand to the outside of your left thigh, or it can be on your right thigh. Left hand is going to come to your chair. Shoulder heads pressed back. Root into your sit bones as you wrap these right ribs to the left edge and out. And you just might start with your gaze kind of just like straight away, gazing straight towards the direction that your belly button is facing. And you might eventually begin to move towards looking out of your left shoulder, assuming that that feels okay. Breath steady, even. All right, so deep inhale here. As you exhale, bring your gaze forward, and then that right hand is going to come, let's see, no, keep your hand there. Left hand is going to come to your right shoulder. I think I did this right. I might have us on the same side. I don't know. Can't remember. I apologize. All right, so I think we got our left shoulder on top. It feels different. We're going to go with it's different. As you inhale it, as you exhale, round into that cat-cow sensation. Good, inhaling, arching in your lumbar, stretching into your shoulders with this arm variation. Exhale, round in, couple more. Just enjoying this flow as you move breath. Let's inhale, come to a nice tall seat. Maybe lift those elbows a little higher as you root down into your sit bones. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Full exhale here. And then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Beautiful. As you exhale, arms release by your sides. Finding your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just find a little lateral side to side stretching here and a little flow, a little movement in the body. So you're rooting into your sit bones. As you inhale, you side bend to the right, take that left arm up and over. You can bend the elbow if that feels better. And just keep the arm by your side if that feels better. Lots of options. Good, exhale, release down. And then inhale, off to the left you go. Exhaling, releasing. Continue like this again. You're moving with your breath, so it might be slightly different than what I'm doing. Your body's just going to kind of know what it needs. So trust that. Use your breath as your little internal metronome. And you're welcome to close your eyes here if that feels good to you. Few more to each side. Come into a hold. Always taking breaks if you need to. Always modifying as you need to. Love to see all the different variations. Beautiful. So the next time you're leaning off to your right, you can just hang out there. You might bend the elbow, bring your hand to the back of your neck, and then you can just press your head into the back of your hand, maybe lean that elbow back. It's this nice stretch, the armpit, chest area. Nice is relative, sometimes it's kind of intense. Nice is like spike. We all have a different nice spike meter. Right, if you have that elbow bent, maybe extend the arm again. Good exhale, release. And inhale, that right arm comes up and over. You're anchoring into that right sit bone. Your shoulder blades are releasing down your back. And maybe bend the elbow. And press your head back. This can be a really nice neck strengthener as well. Kind of giving yourself a little resistance. Breath is happening. Good inhale, extend that arm. And exhale. Come to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. You might feel like the heat inside the shoulders after that. Good thing. Okay, so let's get into the hips a little bit. We'll do a little twisting with this. So coming into your seated pigeon pose, if that's available. So you could cross your right ankle over your left knee. The alternate to this would be to simply walk that right leg out any and up. So we're just looking for this external rotation at that right hip socket. A lot of ways to accomplish that. And it can be the tiniest amount. And honestly, if neither of those variations are working for you, you could always just stay here in mountain pose. So all good places to be. We start out just taking several rounds of breath here. You're in the version that I'm in, you can take your hand into your thigh if you need a little more. So it's like you're pressing your knee back behind you. If you're in the seated version, you can press your hand down into your thigh. So it's like you're releasing that knee down towards the floor. If there is any sensation in your knee, flexing your foot can help. Also just back out a little bit. You always want to listen to those, those pain signals. It's kind of a fine line between getting a deep, intense stretch and moving towards, maybe doing something that's a little more injurious. We don't want that. Personally, I want to be doing yoga until I'm like 100 at least. So we gotta play smart. Okay, so let's just stay in this hip stretch. Let's do a little arm, shoulder work. So release your arms by your sides. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Maybe gaze at pressed palms. And then exhale, you're going to make your cactus arms. You're going to try to lean those elbows back behind you. Again, it feels a little bit like a cobra pose. As you exhale, like you're moving through that molasses, just press the arms in. Just a few of these. Inhale, big, big heart opener. Yeah. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open up. Exhale, straighten the arms. Take a nice deep inhale here. Feel all of that length in your spine. And then as we exhale, we twist again to the right. Release hands down wherever feels good. So if you're in the version that I'm in, you're probably not going to take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. You might be able to. If you are in the seated version, hand can be anywhere, left hand anywhere on this right shin. You might be able to get your hand to the outside of that thigh. Breathing here. Really lovely work. And then one more little piece if you would like. If you want to reach that right arm out and up, find a little side bend. We're doing all of the things. So nice. This is like an Instagram pose. And then one more time, because we can, start to upright yourself. Your left arm is underneath your right. So you can hold shoulders again, lift elbows. If you want to come into a more classic variation, backs of the hands can press. You might be able to press palms together. Elbows lift. Just a couple breaths here. So we have our upper body in our Garudasana eagle pose. Lower body is in this hip opener. Breath is happening. Really nice. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms out wide, and exhale. They release down. Go ahead and uncross this right ankle, and we'll come into our second side, which could look entirely different than the first side. So again, just know that you can stay here like this. You might find more like warrior two legs. So externally rotating this left hip open any amount, or you can come into this seated pigeon pose. Notice how this side is feeling in your body as compared to the other. Side to side with hip work. Sometimes, some days it can be pretty different, pretty intense. Maybe just take several breaths here. We're feeling this out. If you need a little more stretch, you're gently pressing your hand into your thigh. Always protecting this knee. That might mean flexing this left foot. If you are in the warrior two and you need a little more, you can press your left hand into your thigh so it's like that thigh is dragging back behind you. Beautiful work. All right, so go ahead and release your arms down. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Okay, and then I want you to pretend that you're holding a block between your hands. I'm going to actually grab one just to demo that. You don't need to. If you have one close, you're welcome to. It actually makes it a lot harder. I don't recommend it. All right, so you're squeezing that imaginary block. Deep inhale. Exhale, start to bend the elbows. It's so hard. Yeah. Inhale, straighten. Just 3 of these. Good work, ladies. Exhale. Doesn't matter how far back your hands go. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Let's inhale to straighten. Exhale, take the arms out wide. Nice deep inhale here. Elongate through both sides of your torso. As you exhale, twist to the left. And then go ahead, place your hand down. That left hand, or right hand rather, it'll either be on your right thigh, anywhere on your shin. If you're in this seated pigeon version, your left hand is just grabbing that piece of chair behind you. Shoulder heads are pressing back. We're finding cobra pose in the upper body. Maybe gazing out over that left shoulder. All right, and then if you would like to kind of find that side stretch, maybe you take that left arm up and over. You might be gazing up underneath that top arm. All of the things happening here in this pose. Isn't yoga amazing? Lovely, lovely work. And then we kind of start to unwind here. We've got our right arm underneath our left. Give yourself that little hug, elbow stack. If you want to bring the backs of the hands to press, or even the palms to press, you can do that. In any of these variations, your elbows lift as your shoulder blades release down your back. Lovely. As we inhale, we take the arms out wide. As you exhale, you release the arms down by your side. You can uncross, left ankle, bring that leg back in, depending upon what variation you were doing. And then you come to a nice, comfortable seat. And we're just going to keep it really simple with our breath work today. We're going to move into our 4-part breath, our box breath. This is a really nice breath. I think especially this time of year when things are so busy, there's a lot going on. This is a good breath to do if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, a little anxious. Just a few rounds of it sometimes can really shift how you're feeling. So, without further ado, allow your eyelids to close. We're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose together. Again, through the mouth if that's better because of seasonal colds that are happening. And then as you exhale, let the breath go. And then we inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So do 2 or 3 more rounds just on your own. You can change that count if it wasn't working for you. Notice on the retentions, especially if the shoulders like to creep up to the ears and help out. Try to keep your seat nice and easy. And once you feel complete with your 4-part breath, you just find a place where you can come into like a shavasana state of mind. So you might stay exactly where you are, but you're tapping into this idea of letting go, of surrender, not working, and putting a bookend, the conclusion of our class as we transition into the rest of our day. Giving yourself the opportunity to soak up these final moments together, giving your body, your brain, the opportunity to assimilate this work that we've done. Shavasana. Asatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Your next inhale, be deeper. Open your mouth side, breath out. And then you just start to bring some gentle movement back to your body. You're bringing your awareness back to your body. So stretching out. And when you're ready, you're going to place your palms in a pile on top of your heart. Send your self-love, send your body love. It's a gift to be able to meet like this and move together. It's not always easy, but it does make a difference in how we feel. Just promise yourself you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day, the rest of the week ahead. And finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today. Thank you.